Good morning. So today's video is going to be to do more with a look in depth about the four main reasons why Uber's been refused the license. Okay, the first one they're saying is Uber's approach to reporting criminal offences. Now, I still can't understand how there's not a system that kicks into motion as soon as something like this happens. So a rider reports a major criminal offence, assault, rape, whatever it is, to the police. So police are in the first people of contact here. Now, police could do either two things. They could obviously they need to put a stop to this person after they've arrested him, or however the procedure is. Now they would notify the base saying, look, which is Uber in this case, or it could be any private hire firm, we got this driver, you need to do something. So in Uber's case, what would happen there is they straight away will take the guy offline for these criminal offences. Now, who reports it to the actual TFL could be where the hiccup is here, but, and it doesn't really matter who reports it. If it's the police that reports it, or if it's the Uber that reports it, you got to have something in place that, all three parties understand how we're going to take this forward. So basically there's a massive communication breakdown there, and that's one thing. Sitting around the table, you don't even need to do that, really, to be honest. It's so pathetic. You could sort out. Okay, next one is, all these are just laughable things. Obtaining medical certificates. Now, the way it works, obviously, is if you wanted to be a private hire driver, you can't just walk into Uber's office and say, I want to become a private hire driver. You have to go to the authorities, the council. So, and the council will go through their procedure of obtaining medical report, your DBS checks and everything, and then you go back to Uber and say, look, I got my badge, which everything TFL approved, and then they'll give you an app where you install it on your phone and password and everything, and you can go off to work. You go. So that medical report and that DBS number 2 and 3 on their things of where Uber fail are actually things that TFL have done already. All them records, the medical records and the DBS checks, are actually done by TFL. Okay, they might use a third party to do it, but they're actually done by TFL itself. So that doesn't even make sense either. And number 4, which is even more laughable, they're not giving them details about this grey ball. They're not going to give you all the details of it. So if you think about this as they call it the sting operation, sting. It's the same as if you was in the food sector, the council would come and do a health and safety. Not health and safety. Health and safety is probably more construction and manufacturing. Health and hygiene is more equivalent to it. So they'll come in randomly and check your stuff and everything. So, and they'll do the same thing with taxi bases. They'll just come in randomly without telling you, and they'll go in and check all your records and everything. But I think the problem with Uber is different, because they don't work on paper documents, and obviously it's all stored in computers. So you're not going to be able to access all part of that, and mainly because there's a lot of things that computer holds. And I'm talking about things, drivers' banking details, riders' banking details. They've probably got, they got massive programs, on the driverless section, which they just stole from Google, and they're not going to give you that for free. So there are going to be parts that are restricted. So you really need to sit down and say, okay, maybe we need a paper version of everything we need to see, rather than having access to every single part of that thing. They ain't going to give you an access to Greybourne area. So in a nutshell, you guys really need to sit down and get it sorted. You know what I mean? It's not even hard. And I think that's that's the 4 things which I've gone through with you guys. And it sounds simple enough to me to organize and get it sorted. Anyway, that's more in depth